Welcome gamers back to another Last Leviathan video. My name's SebTheGamer, and in this video we're going to be checking out the most innovative and unique creations of this week of the Last Leviathan. But before we start the video, as you can see, the intro hasn't even started rolling yet. I do want to point out a few things before we actually get into the video. First of all, this here is a voiceover. Second of all, I'm sick, so you can probably hear my voice. Third of all, God, I'm like rattling things on, and I don't even remember what I was going to say. Third of all, this video is going to be a new type of editing technique. I've been looking up a lot of tutorials and I'm going to try a new type of editing. If you enjoy this type of editing, or if you think that there are some things that can be improved on, please let me know in the comments section below so I can improve. If there are random cuts in this video, which there are random cuts in this video, I do want to apologize. It's probably because I have to cough. I've been coughing a lot, and it's kind of, I've been kind of crazy. I did talk to Peter Kitty like 10 minutes ago, and he said that I sounded like shit, so cheers Peter Kitty. No, but yeah, so I hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, don't forget to smash the like button, and I'll catch you on the game. I'll catch you gamers at the end. Welcome gamers back to another Last Leviathan video. My name's SebTheGamer, and in this video we're going to be checking out the most innovative and unique creations of this week in the Last Leviathan. The first creation we have is a tank. Last Leviathan actually has a tank. This is known as the VK30, and this is the newer model because the person who created it made a mistake in the previous model, and this is the upgraded version of it. Thankfully, the person whose name is too complicated to say did have some controls, and the person says that after staying steady in the water, press O, and if you press that, this here drops down. I guess that just keeps it buoyant while in the falling position, and then you can use the turret, the left arrow, right arrow, and up and down. So let's try this out, shall we? Oh, it is turning. And we just broke it. We just broke the tank. Right. Let's try it again, shall we, gamers? How am I going to do this, really? Because if it breaks, I guess the best thing to do is to lift it up first. I guess so. So we're going to press O here. It will release. So let's lift this up. Looks like we're sinking rather than lifting this up. Maybe that's how we're meant to lift it up, is just sink backwards. And what happens if we try turning it? Yeah, it doesn't appear to be working very well. Yeah, because it just spazzes out and gets destroyed. So let's just try it again and use it as it's really meant to. So once it crashes down into the water, we press the O. And can it turn now? No, it can't. Alright, well, we're just going to have to do it like this. So we have a tank in the Last Leviathan, and honestly, gamers, I was never really expecting there to actually be a tank. It is a little bit wonky, as you can see. When it comes to turning, this thing turns a little bit too crazy. Not quite as a normal tank would turn, I presume. Wow, okay, we literally just got launched into the air by some cannonballs. Right, that might be a little bit of an issue. So I guess right now, the second we touch into the water, we're just going to full reverse this stuff. We are underwater though. Hopefully that does not affect anything. We're going to go up, and we're just going to drop that, and we lose a lot of the weight. And there we go. Tanks out of the water. Fantastic. Now, this thing here, I presume, is not very good at going backwards. So it was probably not a really wise idea for me to do that. But the fact that we actually have a tank in the Last Leviathan is honestly quite spectacular. The workshop, there you go, of the Last Leviathan has been growing and creating some absolutely amazing stuff, and I feel like having the opportunity to you could say take a look at some of these amazing creations is fantastic. And I have to admit that that you gamers have been doing some pretty amazing creations. So we do have quite a few creations this week. Of course, the first one was the VK30, and it's a pretty cool design. It's a really cool design, and I honestly am very, very impressed with it. However, one thing I kind of wish that the developers had added was like a long stick like this. I feel like that would actually make a lot of cool designs, was just to have this. It looks like the thing's up. It still doesn't turn, but that's alright. But I think having a long stick like this would actually be pretty cool. but of course the developers are the developers of the game, and they'll make the choices. But I feel like a long shaft would be a pretty cool thing, because you can make a lot of things with long shafts. That sounds very inappropriate, but whatever. Let's see if we can get some like a cockpit kind of view here. I guess the best place to do it would be here. Yeah, I would say that's the best. So there you go. We have a more or less a first-person view of the ship, which is not quite as I expected it to be, but it's still pretty cool, the fact that we have a tank. So this year was the VK30 Gamers, and if you are interested in checking it out, link in the description, just like all the other creations of this week. Let's move on to the second creation. Now, a few videos ago, I was able to play around with a little ship known as the Flying Fish. This year is known as the Floppy Fish. Quite the contrary of what its, you could say, predecessor was. This year is literally a little tiny fish that can go to high speeds, and I don't really know what the purposes of it is, honestly. It's just a fun little creation that you can goof around with and just play around with. I've no idea really what the objective of the ship is, except like jump out of the water like that, I presume. I like I said, gamers, I have no actual clue what the purpose of the ship is, but I have to admit that despite it being very small, it's a quite little fun thing to goof around with. I believe the best thing that this thing is meant to be doing is like this. It's just meant to fly out of the water at absurd speeds and just, you know, fly like that. Now I'm actually gonna go back in here, and I'm going to change the wave option. So we're gonna give it a go now. See how this little thing fares. I don't really play around with waves too much, due to the fact that it kind of ruins the performance, and a lot of the ships aren't really made that well to deal with the stress of waves. So I usually just turn that off. But if you gamers are interested in seeing the waves more often in the videos, let me know in the comment section below, because it'll be quite interesting. Let's see how this fares. I feel like in a wavy environment, I feel like this year would actually be a much better candidate, even despite the thumbnail of the creation being in flat water. I feel like at a high speed, this thing actually might be considerably better at jumping. Let's see if we can hit some, you could say, crazy speeds, and maybe we might actually be able to jump over this island. I know there's a few creations that have been able to jump over an island. One of them was the Flying Fish. I feel like this one here, it gets a lot of air, but I feel like it's not enough to jump over a hill or mountain. And not to mention that the problem is that the second you jump over a wave, you hit the ground and just practically just takes it out. So that there's a little bit of a problem. So I think that might be a little bit of an issue, but I guess it's nothing that can't be fixed. Out there might be better, because this here makes it much heavier, and yeah, it practically keeps it from flying too high and crashing to the bottom. Even though, despite the fact that if something's heavier, it usually sinks faster, I guess in this opportunity, since it has the upward momentum, it keeps it from flying too high and just keeps it in a nice place. So this here is quite a fun little creation right here. You just need to change around to make it up into a ballast, but it actually is like a jumping fish, a flopping fish, as the creator calls it. So we're just going to turn here, and we're going to attempt to actually just jump over this little island. It's probably not going to happen, but it'll be quite interesting. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. But the water does clip through. So devs, you should probably get into that so the water doesn't quite clip through. But yeah, this here was the floppy fish. It does appear to be that I have gotten this stuck. Not quite my best maneuvering. Right, let's see actually how this can be dealt with when it gets runs into a bomb. But let's give it a go here. If we just kind of inch our way there. Here we go. Oh, we completely missed it. We absolutely missed the bomb. But that there was the floppy fish. It's a fun little creation. I highly recommend it, especially if you just want to goof around and have a fun little time with the small creation. And right now I don't even have my hands on the keyboard. It kind of just does what it really wants. If you just let it run for a little while. Let's just see. We're just going to reverse here just to get us that upward momentum. And we're just going to, you could say, run the simulation and see what happens. So we're just going to literally just let it run. There are a lot of battle themed sailboats or ships in the last Leviathan, and that's why I don't really cover them much. But when there's a ship like this that has the detail, the structure, and that actually looks like a real life ship and not a post or a copy of another ship that was posted earlier in the week or in the month or in the workshop in general, I find that it gives a lot more of a unique kind of feel. This year, gamers, is the SS Synthia, and I just got another message. Sorry about that, gamers. But this here's the SS Synthia, and it's a really nice, sleek-looking design, and it's an amazing-looking ship, and I honestly quite like it. Now, this year was actually the same person who created the floppy fish, which we you could say took a look at earlier in the video, and to be honest, it's a really well built ship. This is one of the ships that I noticed that can actually survive these waves. I've decided that, maybe it'd be a good idea to keep the waves on, because I feel like it would be a much better kind of solution just to see how these ships last. But I think that sometimes these waves should be kept on just to see, even though that these here are not the natural waves. I feel like this here really kind of gives the mood that this ship is going to battle or merchant ship going to deliver its goods. I feel like it kind of gives the atmosphere that these huge waves, despite being close to the shore, can really completely mess up a ship. As you can see, gamers, despite me going quite close to the ground, this ship, every time it gets hit by a wave, just completely turns to one side. I completely hit the ground there. Whoops, my bad. Yeah, I just got beached. Yeah, okay, that was kind of a silly part on my part, but let's just take it out here. Okay, here we go. But it really gives the atmosphere like these ships are going through an amazing journey through around the peninsulas or into the deep sea. And if you look at it out there, there's absolutely nothing, and behind you is the land that you might not see for the next couple of months or ever. Actually, this might actually be your very last journey. And if you really want to think about it, I'm starting to sound really sentimental here, but if you really think about it, it's actually quite amazing. And I feel like sailboats in general are just such amazing things and are at the mercy of the weather. One bad move or one strong wave can completely capsize a ship and render it useless, killing or stranding all of her crew. And I honestly think that's a well-built ship like the SS Synthia is a great part of the last Leviathan community, and I highly recommend taking a look at the ship. I said a lot in this video, in this clip, so I do apologize for that. So yeah, I really recommend that you check out the SS Synthia. It's a fun creation. I haven't been really taking any of the ships out into battle this video. However, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I think that sometimes not taking something into battle is still just as good. It has some harpoons. There you go, harpoons, and it has a drill in the front. So I guess that this here is a battleship, and of course has the spice at the bottom. So this here was the SS Synthia. I highly recommend it. Link in the description if you gamers are interested in checking it out. This ship here is the complete opposite of the previous ship that I took a look at, and I feel like this ship is more of a battleship or a modern mixed with modern and old battleship. It's a really cool and interesting. Oh my god, that's a massive wave. If you look at it from down here, those waves look absolutely massive. I did not notice that until just now. But yeah, this ship here is a very, very cool looking ship. It allows you to do some pretty cool looking ships. I've no idea what I'm getting at in this clip, but this here is a ship that one turns on a dime despite being close to 90-degree angles, and at the same time looks at like a really cool ship. Wow, I think we are actually capsized there. Wow, we just capsized. No, we didn't. We didn't. This ship pulled through despite being a little over 90 degrees. Wow, I'm very, very impressed. But yeah, this here is the Kraken Mark 1. Sorry, reading the wrong one. This is the SS Solei. Yeah, I believe I'm pronouncing that incorrect. But this here is a very interesting looking ship. It has that cool, homey yet I better run kind of look to it. If you look at it from the sides, despite having the guns, it kind of looks like, hey, this looks like a fun ship to live in. Yet at the same time, if you're, you know, way back here or something, and you see the ship coming, I would honestly be a little bit spooked. Like, oh shit, this ship here can seriously do some serious damage to my ship, despite what it is. So I feel like, despite the ship being a pretty scary ship to look at, I'd be very interested to see how this ship can damage, if how could this ship can cope if it were to be destroyed by its own cannons. Now I am approaching into cannon territory here, and it doesn't seem to be that I'm able to turn. Okay, I can't turn very quickly, so I don't think we're able to. Can we skip the ground? Oof. Oh wow, it's like I hit the front brakes on that one. But half our ship is on fire. I'm going to light the other half now. And oh, I think that this ship might be going down. No, it's not going down. This ship's pretty sturdy. Pretty sturdy, if I may say so. So I'm going to burn this side here and see if there's a possibility that ship, what will happen if it will, you know, fall apart. And by the looks of it, the fire seems to be fixed where it goes out if it actually goes underwater, which is it's pretty cool. I did notice that there was an update for the last Leviathan, and it looks like that update may have said, hey, you know, this fire should technically not be on while underwater. It looks like that's been fixed, so we're just going to light everything here. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I have no idea why it's still on, but we're going to light this one as well. And there we go. We are losing parts left, right, and center. We've just lost probably the thing that keeps us up, and we are now a wreck, stuck on the island and on fire. This ship cannot withstand fire. I mean, I don't think any ship, when it comes to fire, can actually withstand it. It's at least made out of wood. So yeah, actually, did it really just rank itself up? Wow, I am actually thoroughly impressed, despite the fact that this side here is more or less constantly underwater now. I am honestly very impressed that it's able to surprise. So we're just going to beach ourselves here. It was quite a ride, you could say, but despite the crazy texture glyphs of the waves, this thing is actually going to be going down. So this here was the SS Solei. Let's move on to the second to last creation, depending on how I order these. But let's move on to the next creation, shall we? Alright gamers, allow me to introduce to you the Doubloon. I believe that's the way of calling it. This here is a very nice and sleek looking ship with some interesting characteristics, as you gamers just saw in the previous clip. It's being fired upon, and we're literally about to die. So we're just going to actually quickly move out of the way of its cannons right here. And we're going to literally just dodge full speed ahead, move out of its range of this enemy's cannons, and I'm going to show you the glitch once again. This here is the last creation of this week, and it has some interesting characteristics, like I said. First of all, it's using a lot of the weaker cannons. It's using the old rustic cannons, which are considerably weaker compared to all the other ones that a lot of the other people use. But not to mention that it also has a very interesting characteristic, like I've said probably like 20 times. So we're just going to bring it to the front. Okay, I think we're relatively far away right now. So we're going to pull this thing to a stop right here. Okay, and with coma and period, you can technically rotate the masts. However, once you do that, the ship starts to rotate. It gets quicker, and then it of course shatters into a million pieces. Of course, if you rotate it one more again, the ship will break apart. If we do it again, I don't know actually what happens. I've never gone this far, and the ship is more or less kaput at this point. It is still glitching out like crazy, but I feel like it's a little bit of an interesting creation. Now, I'm not sure exactly what causes this, if it's something that I'm doing wrong or not, but the very confusing part about this, right, is that it turns the ship and everything just breaks apart, even though, despite the fact that it technically will be destroyed to the fact that it has these attachments. So we're just going to quickly go into the settings here. I'm going to do sandbox immortality and sandbox indestructible, and see if that does. I've never actually played around with the indestructible part due to the fact that, you know, I really like to see the destruction. So now let's see, once we put this in indestructible mode, what happens. Absolutely nothing. It just actually, I think, actually amplifies the carnage and damage. Let's just spin it around one more. And as you can see, gamers, this ship has literally just disintegrated itself. It's quite funny, honestly. But yeah, this here was the Doubloon, a fun little creation to wrap up today's episode. Alright gamers, I'm going to wrap the video here. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like button, and if you need, don't forget to subscribe. It's much appreciated with all the new subscribers that we've been getting. It's absolutely great, so I want to welcome all of them here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment below what your favorite creation was, and tell me what you think about this new editing style that I tried out this video. I haven't actually edited this video yet, but I hope it actually turns out very good. It's been a little bit of a long video, and as you can probably hear, I am sick and my voice did not really go through very well. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the very next video. Goodbye, and don't forget, gamers, to keep on gaming.